This chayote is an example of nutrient recycling. It was made from discarded restaurant fish heads turned into compost in just a 1-block radius. I'm Joycelyn, I'm with Restaurant to Garden, and we transform restaurant food scraps into compost here in Seattle Chinatown International District, also known as CID. And today, I'm looking for $190,000 to purchase an in-vessel composter to scale up our project. Even though Seattle composts, 1/3 of our garbage is still compostable. And we believe this is because the centralized composting system doesn't really work. And specifically, it doesn't really work in our neighborhood. And the concept of out of sight, out of mind is so pervasive that we have gotten very disconnected with our food and waste systems. So let's take a look at our current system. Our food scraps get picked up, driven around the city, makes its way to a very remote processing site. And this process adds a lot of carbon footprint, contributing to climate change. And so unfortunately, we think that one solution does not fit all. But hold on, isn't there a solution here? Can't we recycle nutrients locally in our own neighborhoods? This is why we started Restaurant to Garden. We're an all-women of color team with a diverse mix of professional and educational experiences, and we are from the CID community. We share the cultural and linguistic backgrounds with the people we serve. We envision a future where local food scraps turn into local compost, turn into locally grown, culturally appropriate produce. We piloted this idea in the Danny Wu Community Garden, the only green space in the CID. Also, this neighborhood has suffered from environmental racism. We started composting about a year ago, and we source our food scraps from Itsumono and historic Panama Hotel Tea House. So far, we have composted 4,000 pounds of food scraps through the hot composting method, and we have given out 3,500 pounds of compost to elder Asian American gardeners. So just within a year, we composted a lot. This is equivalent to the weight of a car, and we avoided 12 metric tons of carbon dioxide. Our project also brings immense social benefits, like hiring local youth and revitalizing an unsafe part of the garden. And we were able to attract all these generous support from funders, and you may recognize some of them. And since our project started, we were able to fundraise $193,000. So now let's talk about opportunities. Washington has an aggressive goal of diverting 75% of organic material from the landfill 7 years from now. This is a major opportunity for us, and what we are demonstrating here is a model that is replicable and scalable. And so to better understand how we can expand, we are launching our preliminary market research thanks to Renew Seed Grant with NextCycle, and we're doing this alongside our pilot project. And so we interviewed a lot of businesses in the CID neighborhood, and if you're all visiting, please come visit the neighborhood this weekend. It's a food lovers hub, and you do not want to miss out, because we offer 110 businesses just within a square mile, and 4 businesses are ready to jump on and work with us as soon as we have the equipment ready to go. And just look at these positive responses. Aren't they incredible? We also surveyed our next target audience, which is compost users. So they are landscapers and local gardeners. And they also had really good things to say, too. The majority want to try our product. And my favorite memory and story to tell when I compost in the CID is gardeners swarm to our site to pick up compost whenever they're ready. So this tells us that they really love our product. That means, in order to meet this demand, we must expand. So now we partner up with Chinese Southern Baptist Church and Washington State Department of Transportation to revitalize this unbuildable lot. We want to revitalize it into the CID environmental hub so that we can realize our vision of hyperlocal composting. At the heart of this is this in-vessel composter, which allows us to revolutionize organics management at a very local level. And so with this new equipment, we are able to scale up our operations by 30 times to compost 92 tons of food scraps a year to generate over 160,000 cubic yards of compost. And we propose 4 income streams: compost sales, tipping fees, workshops and tours, and finally consulting services to groups who want to replicate our model. In terms of financials, our annual projected income is $580,000, where compost sales take up the largest income stream at 85%. And this is assuming that we're operating at full capacity without any grant funding. And so this means that we will be financially sufficient. In terms of startup costs for the CID hub, we are totaling the cost to be $480,000, and we have secured funding and have pending applications in 3 of the 4 expense categories. So today, we are asking for $190,000 to help purchase this in-vessel composter to do local composting. We are currently fundraising for seed capital so that we can break ground by early 2024 to install the composter and then run at full capacity by 2025. And with that, I do need to stop now. And I'm going to invite my whole team on stage for a Q&A. Thank you.